front of one of the several seawalls that have been built in recent years in Kiribati in recognition that the sea levels are rising and that they will rise further. We're here today to finalize a set of principles, international principles that we're calling the Peninsula Principles, that aim to provide a one-stop shop, so to speak, discussing the rights of people who are displaced because of climate change. We need to constantly bear in mind why we're actually doing this undertaking, and to remember that it is about people who have a deep connection to the land on which they live, which is becoming increasingly unable to support them and becoming increasingly uninhabitable.
And climate change is happening in Alaska. You know, I'm sure you are all aware of the science showing that in the Arctic we are warming twice as fast as the rest of the world.
I think if I've learned nothing else in this game is to avoid cliches and simplistic soundbite answers to approaches. So we do have to understand the political and socio-economic complexities of the issues and reflect them, I think, in texts.
We started drafting this text around 9 to 12 months ago. The text has been available online for the public at large to comment on. We've also had comments on various drafts from Supreme Court justices, lawyers, United Nations officials, other intergovernmental officials, civil society actors, human rights activists. So what we're doing here, even though it's not governments who are technically adopting this text, what it is, because of the group that we've gathered here, who are eminent jurists and eminent writers and law professors from Harvard and United Nations officials and lawyers and a whole range of others with expertise in the area, we are essentially proclaiming what's called a soft law international standard.
And sort of what is the basis of it as an obligation? Is it a moral obligation, a legal obligation? So we need to be consistent and clarify what the obligation is.
We have people in the room who are expert in climate displacement, and their comments, line by line, their comments do a range of things. They make the document clearer, they make more explicit certain concepts, and overall they'll improve the workability of the document, which of course is a guide and guidelines for governments to deal with the climate displacement problem.
Yeah, obviously. You see, I'm born and brought up in a coastal area. So throughout my life I have seen how the people are suffering, because I'm one of the witness, you know. So when I grew up in a coastal area, I have seen how people, they are losing their land, their property because of the raising of the sea.
Bangladesh is one of the most affected countries globally by this issue, and I've had the opportunity over the past 5 years or so to visit the country on a number of occasions and witness firsthand the destructive effects of climate change on individuals and communities there.
The people are attached to their home, to the villages where they have grown up, to the region, and that's why they always like to stay usually, and when they leave they would like to return back, especially when you're talking about the category of people that are suffering from climatic problems, such as farmers and pastoralists who have a specific identity that is very much related to their home and to their place.
I think climate change displacement is a huge problem. It's important to deal with for the individuals, households, and communities who are at risk, and also because it raises larger concerns of tensions within countries that can cause broader problems, not just for those people affected.
Research is being done that is also trying to say that we should not be too alarmist, and also try to be nuanced in a way to see that that displacement is not just caused by climate change, but always interlinked with economic issues, social issues. I think it's good to be nuanced, but at the same time, I think we should not underscore that that it is a problem and that we need
So both yesterday afternoon and today we made great progress, and now we have a set of guiding principles which I think can materially affect the lives of potentially hundreds of millions of people if taken up and implemented by governments around the world. I think it's truly an amazing achievement.
We now turn to the phase where these things will be implemented and applied in real-life situations throughout the world. So the next, we've conquered that first challenge of getting a text together, and now we begin the second phase of the process and hopefully getting it applied in real-life scenarios.